Hello friends, today we are going to see the definition of divisibility and some its properties. So first understand the definition of divisibility. Now see definition, an integer b is divisible by an integer a where a is not equal to 0 if there exists an integer c such that b is equal to a into c. So b इंटीजर b इज डिविजिबल बाय इंटीजर a, ये कब बोलेंगे हम, जब ये जो b है b इज इक्वल टू a इंटू सम इंटीजर c, a को किसी दूसरे एक इंटीजर c से मल्टीप्लाई किया और वो दोनों का प्रोडक्ट अगर b आया तो हम बोल देंगे b इज डिविजिबल बाय a, एंड इन दिस केस वी राइट इट एज a डिवाइड्स b. Okay, so this is notation for divisibility, a divides b. And if b is not divisible by a, then in this case we write a does not divisible by b. Okay, now see some example. Example number 1. Now 5 divides 15. 5 15 को डिवाइड करता है, और we can say that 15 is divisible by 5. Now why this is? Because this 15 is equal to 5 into some integer, and which integer? 5 into 3. So एक इंटीजर c यहाँ पे एग्जिस्ट होता है जिसे 5 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 15 मिल जाता है. So 5 divides 15. Now see second example. -2 divides 10. Now why? Because this 10 can be written as -2 into some integer, and which integer? -2 into -5. -2 into -5, this product is equal to 10. So -2 divides 10. Now number 3, third example, 8 divides 0. Now why? Because 0 can be written as 8 into some number. Now which number? 8 into 0. So again we got integer c such that 8 into c is equal to 0. Now number 4, 6 divides -36. So why? Because -36 is equal to 6 into -6. Now fifth example, 4 does not divide 7. Now why? Because 7 is never equal 4 into c for all integer c. आप कोई भी इंटीजर c ले लो, 4 से उसे मल्टीप्लाई करो, प्रोडक्ट 7 कभी नहीं आएगा. So 4 does not divide 7. It may happen, no, this is true, 4 into 7 by 4, this product is equal to 7, but this 7 by 4 is not integer. So there does not exist integer c such that 4 into c is equal to 7. This is not possible. Therefore 4 does not divide 7. Now similarly number 6, 3 does not divide 13. Now why? Again 13 is not equal to 3 into c for all c belongs to z. कोई भी integer c ले लो, 3 into c, ये product 13 कभी नहीं बनेगा. So 3 does not divide 13. One more example, 11 divides 11. Now why? Because this 11 is equal to 11 into 1. So एक integer मिलता है हमको c, 11 into c is equal to 11 आ रहा है. So 11 divides 11. Now see some properties of divisibility. Properties. Number 1, a divides b implies a divides b into c for any integer c. Any integer c. Now see its proof. It is given that a divides b, and to prove a divides b into c for any integer c. So here A divides B. This implies B is equal to A into some integer, say C. But we cannot take C because C is already involved in this statement. So B is equal to A into, say, some integer m. Okay, where m belongs to z. M is integer. Z denotes set of integer. Now this implies, now multiply both sides by C. So B into C is equal to A into m into C. So this implies BC is equal to A into m into C. So here m is integer, C is integer. So m into C is also integer. So this product BC is equal to A into some integer A. This implies by definition of divisibility A guaranteed divide BC. बराबर है ना? A divides B कब बोलते हैं हम? डेफिनेशन क्या कहती है हमको कि when we say that A divides B, if B is equal to A into some number C. Here we say that A divides BC. Why? Because BC, this BC is equal to A into some integer. BC is equal to A into some integer. So guaranteed A divides BC. Let's see next property. Number 2. A divides B and B divides C, then this implies A divides C. Okay, let's prove this. Proof. Here A divides B. This implies B equal to A into m, where m is some integer. And also B divides C. So this implies C is equal to B into, say, n. Some n belongs to Z. Now this implies, now this C is equal to B into n, but what is value of B? B is equal to A into m, so it is A into m, this is value of B, and into n. So this implies C equal to A into m into n. Now m integer, n integer, so m into n is also integer. C is equal to A into some integer. This implies A divides C. C is equal to A into some number A, so A guaranteed divides C. So second property done. Now number 3, A divides B and A divides C. This implies A divides Bx plus Cy for all x comma y belongs to Z. ए बी को डिवाइड कर रहा है, ए सी को डिवाइड कर रहा है, तो ए ओ बी और सी के कोई भी लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन ले लो आप, उसको ए डिवाइड ही करेगा. ए डिवाइड्स बी एक्स प्लस सी वाई. नाउ लेट्स प्रूव दिस. प्रूफ. ए डिवाइड्स बी implies b is equal to a into m and a divides c. This implies c is equal to a into n, where this m comma n both are integers. Now b equal to am, c equal to an. Therefore, what is bx? Bx plus cy. Value of b is am. Am into x plus value of c, it is an. An into y. So take a common. A in bracket mx plus ny. So bx plus cy is equal to a into mx plus ny. That is bx plus cy is equal to a into, say, k, where k is equal to mx plus ny. Now see that m is integer, n is integer, x is integer, y is integer. So this combination mx plus ny is also integer. So k is integer. So bx plus cy is equal to a into some integer. This implies a divides bx plus cy. Okay. So property number 3 done. Number 4. A divides B and B divides A, this implies A is equal to प्लस और माइनस B. A B को डिवाइड कर रहा है और B वापस A को डिवाइड कर रहा है, तो A is equal to प्लस माइनस B. Now proof A divides B, this implies B is equal to A into M, where M is some integer. This is by definition of divisibility. Now B divides A, this implies A is equal to B into N, or some N belongs to Z. कोई तो एक इंटीजर N मिलेगा, such that B is equal to A is equal to B into N. Now consider A is equal to B into N. Okay, so this is number 1. Now A is equal to B into N. Now what is the value of B? B is equal to A into M from this equation. B is equal to A into M and into this N. So A is equal to A into M into N. Now this A get cancelled. So 1 is equal to M into N. Now see, M is integer, N is integer, and product of two integer is 1. So what are the possibility of M and N? M, N दोनों integer का product 1 आ रहा है. This implies M is equal to 1, comma N is equal to 1. M, N दोनों ही 1 1 रहेंगे, तभी उनका product 1 आ जाएगा. और one more possibility, M is equal to -1, comma N is also equals to -1. दोनों -1 भी हो सकते, so that their product is equal to 1. Therefore M is equal to plus minus 1 and N is equal to plus minus 1. Now put N is equal to plus minus 1 in equation 1. Put N is equal to plus minus 1 in equation 1. Now here is equation 1. It is A equal to B into N, and value of N is plus minus 1. So A is equal to B into plus minus 1. So A is equal to plus minus B. Okay. So property number 4 done. Now number 5. A divides B, A positive, B positive. Okay. Then this implies A is less equal B. B A से बड़ा ही रहेगा. Now proof. A divides B. This implies B is equal to A into C for some C belongs to Z. कोई तो एक integer C guaranteed मिलेगा, such that B is equal to A into C. This is by definition of divisibility. Now as A positive, B positive, this implies this C is also positive. Because B positive है, A positive है, तो C negative नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि C negative रहा तो A into C ये product negative बन जाएगा, तो B भी negative बनेगा. So C has to be positive. C positive integer है, so this implies C is greater equal 1. Positive integer कहाँ से start होते हैं? 1 से. 0 is integer, 0 is not positive, not negative. So first positive integer is 1. So C is greater equal 1. Now as A is positive, multiply both sides by A, so AC is greater equal A. दोनों साइड को मैंने A से मल्टीप्लाई किया. But what is value of AC? Look at this. AC is equal to B. So B is greater equal A, or this is same as A is less equal B. So number 5 done. Now one more last property, number 6. Let m is not equal to 0, b integer, m is some non-zero integer, a divides b, this is if and only if ma divides mb. अगर a divides b ये ट्रू रहा तो ma divides mb भी रहेगा, और if ma divides mb then guaranteed a divides b. See its proof. So first assume that a divides b. This implies this b is equal to a into c for some c belongs to z. कोई तो एक इंटीजर c रहेगा. This implies bm is equal to a into c into m. ठीक है, m is non-zero integer. This implies bm is equal to am into c. So bm is divisible by am because bm is equal to am into some integer. So am divides bm, or this can be written as ma divides mb because am is same as ma and bm is same as mb. So one way proof done. If a divides b, then ma divides mb. Now conversely assume that this ma divides mb. This implies by definition of divisibility, mb can be written as ma into some integer k, where k is some integer. Now as m is non-zero integer, so we can cancel. So b is equal to a into k. We can cancel m because m is not equal to 0, non-zero integer है तो उसे हम cancel कर सकते. This implies now b is equal to a into some integer, so a divides b. So if ma divides mb, then a is divisible by, a divides b. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment section. Now take one homework to you. Homework. Show that if a divides b1, a divides b2, a divides b into m, then a divides b1 into x1 plus b2 into x2 plus bm into xm, where these all xi are integers for I equal to 1 to 2. Okay, thank you.